Yeah, of course. First of all, thank you for having me on this uh, cast. Now we call these casts,
Or
right?
space.
Or
Let's just call it space. Yeah.
space. Okay. So thank you for having me on the space and giving me the chance to introduce BanklessDAO and Bankless Turkish to everyone here. And I find Abura quite useful. I might want to say first, uh, like especially this little feature that when you create this space, you can just set a reminder on your calendar. That's great. You know, it might seem like a small thing, but for me, like it's great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I hope that we'll get more people to use it. And obviously, the app experience is not perfect. So, every day we get a lot of bug reports, but hopefully we'll make it better over time.
Yeah, with all the bug reports, I hope this this small like uh, goes good for you. So yeah, what is Bankless DAO? Um, Bankless DAO is actually an experiment. First of all, it started as an experiment from Bankless podcast. Ryan and David
Yep.
probably,
Yep.
and these guys decided that okay, we have a giant community, so the DAOs were at the peak, the trending subject of 2021, I think, and they started this experiment with a small liquidity pool, and they created this bank token and airdropped it to their subscribers. So all these subscribers who got airdropped, a lot of them came together in a Discord and then started to talk about how we do this. Uh, Ryan, David, and Bankless headquarters. Uh, this is a separate uh, company. It's a limited company, and Bankless DAO is a separate DAO. It's a separate organization, which is a DAO.
Hmm.
So uh, the DAO part started growing with the community. I joined in the second season. I think it was the end of 2021, and the DAO was formed on March 21. So I think 6 months later, the second season I was in, and how I get into the DAO was my first impression about the DAO never changed after that. I saw some tweets on the crypto Twitter saying that you should join some DAOs. It doesn't matter. Like join a DAO and learn what's going on. And I join. I saw this list that the list of DAOs you should try. The two things I remember is Pool Together and Bankless DAO. I went into the Pool Together. I wasn't quite under, able to understand what's going on, but when I go to Bankless DAO, they just gave me a guest pass with when you uh, learn the basics of the Discord, like channels and stuff. You get some badge, and then you get a guest pass for 2 weeks. And with this guest pass, you can do almost anything. There is really, I don't know, two channels you cannot see, which is like not work related so much, or like super secret agency thing, like small occults in the back. No, not not like that. Just like small GM channel and stuff. Where's to feel a little bit part of L1, for example, group. Anyway, so it was so inclusive, like I saw the Translators Guild, which is so obvious what they do, right? In other places, I have seen different names, like say RB Notes, right? Well, RB Notes, like okay, I understand something to do with Arbitrum, but like what? But Translators Guild, Design Guild, like it was so obvious what they do. Writers Guild, you know. So it was easy for me to go to Translators Guild and say what do you want to be translated. It's so easy. And with your guest pass, you can just take on. these jobs and get paid like everyone else. Nothing different. Just because you're a guest pass, you don't get less. Whatever the
Sorry, I think I lost you for a second here. Can you still hear me, Ray? Oh, okay. I think we've lost Ray. I'm going to message him and let's see if we can get him back. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, let's see. I just send him a message. Um, and let's see. Hey, Ray.
sorry, am I back?
Yes, you're back. You're back.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
So yes,
Good, good, yeah.
I,
You were
I'm
talking
I'm not
about
sure.
there were different guild.
Yeah, so there's different guilds, but it's easy to understand and get in, and everyone is just helping to find your way through. So it's really easy. And this this actually brings us to uh, like what these guilds do and what is BanklessDAO, right? What is
Yeah.
BanklessDAO? BanklessDAO is a public good which is trying to onboard Web2 or uh, people who are not even uh, knowing what is crypto to the Web3 ecosystem. And doing this by education and media content, real life events, uh, basically social media DAO.
Mm-hmm.
And how it's structured is guilds, uh, guilds, projects, and departments, basically. The departments are responsible of, let's say, running the DAO, the operations of the DAO. Um, the guilds are more like talent pools, onboarding system. Uh, as I said, it was really easy to understand what the guild does. Writers Guild, they do writing. Okay, just I know writing, so just you jump in, and they guide you through these tools we use. The like you learn how to do, if you don't know, you learn how to do your first proposal in your guild probably to start your own project in that guild, like in the scope of that guild. If you're a writer in writers guild, you can start a small newsletter like three friends. Okay, we will do weekly regen network uh, newsletter, right? So you learn how to write your proposal and go to the grants committee and ask for that. Then we kind of have seen this happen time and time again with these small proposals. People start learning that, and then they can go for their own Gitcoin or retro PGF optimism funds uh, search. And so if I come to what is Bankless Turkish is a part of a project which emerged from Translators Guild. The project is International Media Notes.
Mm-hmm.
Translators Guild formed up and they started translating, and then they were like, okay, we translated this, but what do we do with it? Like we need to publish this somewhere. So it's in all our languages, different languages. They started Twitter accounts and Substack accounts, and then they wrote down how to start your own uh, node and how to reward uh, retroactively. Like you started your node, uh, tweeted like 5 tweets about how you started it and what's the mission and vision stuff. Do some translations. There is this. It's still in his 9 proposal. Is still in there. You can see first step, second step to go. Following this proposal, we started Bankless Turkish with 2 people. Then we grew a little bit, about 10 active contributors. Then when the bull market got deepened, they found other jobs in their own places. And we are back to right now 2, 3 people trying to create content and do events like we do in the DevCon, which we can talk a little bit later maybe. Yeah, following the bankless ethos and trying to onboard everyone, basically everyone, to Web3.
Absolutely. I think there are a lot of things that I want to unpack here, but I want to double click on the bankless Turkish part, because obviously I know uh, literally nothing about sort of the Turkish market. I mean, I'm going to DevConnect, and I think we're going to meet in person there during the event at DevConnect. But I'm just curious, sort of, what is the crypto market like in Turkey? And when you translate the content from English to Turkish, so how do you distribute it to uh, the audience in the Turkish market? And I'm curious, like, what are their reception to the bankless content? I guess that's a list of questions, but I guess I'm just generally curious about, so what does the Turkish crypto market look like, and specifically, how do people receive the bankless content that you
Mhm.
translated?
So Turkish market on crypto is actually really strong. Like it's like one crypto scam DEX, no CSX, Central Exchange scam, just like started the bear market. Maybe you don't remember that, but that happened. Like Turkish guy stole billions, millions, hundreds of millions dollars from the market, and then the bear market started with that news. So like it's quite strong. But it's strong on the quick money side of it,
Mm-hmm.
which I really don't like, because we pretend like it's gambling, and oh, this Shiba coin just will skyrocket, guys, just jump on it, and everyone jumps on it. Most of them just don't know when to jump off, so they get stuck. I even get that when I started trying to learn about crypto. Uh, Only thing I was able to reach at first was how to trade. And I tried trading, and it's not for me. It needs a lot of discipline. It needs like a lot of things to do. So it's not for me. But wanted to stay in the ecosystem, because I know, like, if there is a coin, right, who is making this? Like, is there a job to work in this platform, like Optimism? Can I find a job in Optimism or whatever? Um, so then I find DAOs, which was much easier to get in and start doing something, and maybe turn it into a work for yourself. And this is kind of what I'm trying to uh, explain to the Turkish community. Like, you can
Mm-hmm.
buy you can buy yourself into crypto, right? You can try to buy a coin at the right time and sell it at the right time. But also there is another way that you can work yourself into crypto. Well, you kind of have to be bullish all the time because, like, if you are expecting future crypto gains, then it means you are bullish. So it doesn't mean for you if it's bear market or bull market. But what I'm doing now is working in the bear market and trying to make collaborations with other people and try to do, I don't know, events or anything. So this is what we are trying to explain, and this is really hard. This I cannot actually reach enough of what I want. If when I do airdrop news, it gets like 100 likes, right? Then when I do how to do some work in, or how to run a Gitcoin round video, it gets 5. So that's the difference. And which I want to reach out is the adoption, not the trading. There is hundreds of thousands of people explaining how to trade, which are better than me, and that's not my. If someone joins to Bankless Turkish and wants to do trading, wants to distribute trading information, that's okay. You know, if you don't uh, affect people's lives in a negative manner, because if you don't shill random coins or whatever, just do some analysis, you know, that's quite fine. Okay, this is a DAO. Propose and let's vote on it. And if everyone says nice, let's go, let's go. But right now it's not the focus. The focus is adoption, and uh, right, especially after the DAO decided on leaning more onto public goods. We also leaned on more on public goods than DeFi, and refi, turned into refi. And so we started collaborating strongly with Greenpill, and like we are trying to uh, show how we can, like, they have connections with NGOs. So we are trying to show these NGOs how they can start their multi-sigs, start new wallets and then multi-sigs, and use Gibet, Gitcoin, follow Gitcoin, try to see which round you can join, uh, learn how to make a proposal stuff. We already onboarded 4 NGOs to Gitcoin, Gibet very soon, and we are checking how we can implement them into Gitcoin too.
That's actually very, very interesting. What, so when we're saying that you are onboarding NGOs, do you mean that you are trying to bring them on chain, or like what exactly are they doing on chain?
Well, right now the first thing we are trying to do is we started their Givit accounts and projects and trying to get them verified, and we will be trying to do push them to market that uh, crypto funds project, so that they will have to do some transactions at some point, right? If you get some, I don't know, $1,000 from some Gitcoin round, you will have to have this transacted to your own account. So and then there is a lot of things that they can do, like impact onboarding, which is trying to get together the public goods and the people in need of cash, basically. Uh, so, like, say, you can visit a elderly house to have them a good day, right? I can do this, or you can do this. But if we try to find someone who needs some support in their life, like cash support, we can just explain them that if you go there and come with us and help these people get a good time today, we will teach you how to open a, I don't know, 1-inch wallet. I find very easy for everyone. 1-inch wallet, and then a Binance account to offboard to your cash. Like $5-10 even makes great difference here, because you multiply it by 30. $1 is 30 lira. So if you get $10, it's 300 lira, is almost like half of a day's work for a hard worker. So impact onboarding is trying to get people who is in need with public goods together and guide them to do public goods and reward them with crypto. So every NGO can do this with their volunteers, right? Volunteers volunteer, and they don't get any cash. But if you find people in need to volunteer for you, and then you say, okay, you're volunteering in my NGO, but then we have a DAO that supports you with crypto, which you are not volunteering now, you are getting paid. And yeah, we believe that this might get adoption around public goods.
Yeah, I think that is a very interesting concept because, uh, as you mentioned, the the purchasing power of dollars in Turkey is quite strong, right? And you multiply that by 30, so $1 is, $1 means a lot more in Turkey than in, let's say, the US. So I'm actually quite bullish on this type of sort of social impact project using crypto. Um, and I also want to sort of zoom out a bit and talking about BanklessDAO in general, because you mentioned that there are different guilds, different departments, and also different projects, grant committees. So can you talk a bit about how different guilds or departments, different groups work together, and what are some of the sort of most active guilds or departments that people spend most of the time on?
Yeah, so well, basically most of the things are turning into projects. Like you want to do a, mm, you want to get people to make events for Bankless DAO in real life events, right? You start talking this with your people in different places, in community calls, in your guilds that you are active. So when you see that can get traction, you start this draft of a proposal, and then you try to get information from anyone who you think that will be interested, and then basically it all starts with these conversations, and then turns into forum posts, then it turns into snapshots. And the main thing is we have a giant talent pool, which is really diverse people getting together. So you have a great chance of building a wallet just with start talking, or starting a bankless card and starting your own proposal around it. And our communication is, uh, I don't know, 99% on Discord. There are some people who are having uh, Telegram groups. Like I know Bank Spanish is really active on Telegram. Uh, so Discord and forums is the main conversation area, and you get people together and your idea together, and the DAO evaluates it. Like when you put it on the forum, uh, there's really questions that you have to answer. It's not well. I started to get to seeing this in the bigger DAOs that I joined, like the, I don't know, Optimism Collective and stuff. But I think it was Bankless DAO's forum was the most active before. Now we get past with other giants.
Yeah, well, I'm also in the Discord, and I realized that there are messages, all day, every day on all kinds of channels, right? So I think it's really active even in this bear market, which is incredible. And I I think that Bankless, people always say the Bankless is a movement, right? And I guess those people are active, not just because they want to sort of get some rewards, or they want to get paid, but I think more importantly, they want to be part of the movement. They want to contribute to this mission. Um, and I also noticed that there are sort of different seasons of grants program, right? And for the DAOs, grants are a very important component of it. For Purple, for example, we give grants to Farcaster, ecosystem projects. And it's a very important part of what we do. So I'm curious about sort of the grant program at BanklessDAO. What type of projects does it fund, and how does the process look like?
The process is actually pretty straightforward. Uh, you get your proposal up as we talked before, like gather your
Yep,
people,
yep.
get your proposal, and you get your proposal up. Then there is seasonal funding proposal, which is for projects, guilds, no, sorry, the guilds and the departments, which basically you explain what you spent and what you will be spending in the next season. There are rules around it, like if you're a guild, you have to follow the guild funding protocol, which is depending on active users, which is a really hard uh, metric to find out. Really, we worked on it a lot, and a lot of guilds still working on it. And then departments, we basically have in departments, it's like most of it's stable, like the roles, some bounties. So you just have to give out what your accounts books look like, and then explain what you are doing. And this is like seasonal funding. Every season you have to report these. And for the projects, there is a normal, uh, you can apply in the seasonal funding times, but also you have random projects coming up. These projects can apply in the mid-season funding, and all of these mid-season funding or the seasonal funding are evaluated by the grant committee, which is meant to be 7 people, just 5 people getting consensus on your uh, proposal. We need 5 people from grant committee to uh, accept your proposal. If your proposal came to consensus in the uh, in the forums, and that has different tiers, like the amount of bank you ask defines your tier, and like if you're tier one, you need 1 week on the forum and 50 something. I just don't remember right now, but it's all on Notion, so everyone can go check on Notion, Bankless Notion. So uh, decided on your tier. If you get consensus by the DAO on the forum, then you get to the grants committee, and they vet the project and check your sources and check your claims, ask you questions on how to achieve these, uh, try to help you with your KPIs. It's not like, okay, so this sounds mm, like an evaluation, but I like to think it more like as a help to get in line with Bankless DAO and the purpose, and help each other, the project and the DAO. And we had a very nice example of this on Writers Guild writing cohort. And before, onboarding wasn't a KPI, but then we started adding onboarding, how many people gets onboarded and how many contributes in the next, I don't know, 1 month, as I remember. So that brought us value, and that brought us the cohort trying to onboard people into the Bankless DAO, into the Web3 more actively. So that's why I like to think it as a collaboration between the DAO and the project, and in how to become better together. And then yeah, so if you get the 5 OKs, you go to the snapshot and then voted for on chain. Most of the time, it's already you get consensus on the forum, you get consensus on the grants committee. You would probably get yes, but it's like getting it on chain. And then yeah, you get funded on the next, I don't know, funding cycle.
So diving into some of the details, you said that there is a snapshot voting, and is the voting based on the number of bank tokens you own,
Yeah,
or
it's
how does it work?
straightforward. The number of bank tokens you own. Um, like more bank tokens you own, uh, you have more power.
Okay, and then what can you do?
You can lock your token, and you you don't get staking rewards, but you get TL Bank back, and you can use that to reward your like we are a sub DAO, right? We get TL Bank, and like we kind of amplify what bank we have. So bank is already a governance token. It's not like to spend actually. So this is trying to be more uh, loosening the sell pressure on the bank token because there is actually not much utility than governance right now. Like Bankless Card is working hard on it and they're coming in hot. So small alpha, but like hopefully we will have the card soon. Um, the thing is, what I believe is we need to finish the bank token distribution. That will be when bank and governance will make I don't know value, yeah, because then people what needs to happen is okay, Bankless DAO starts to be a revenue generating giant, and then the bank token was distribution was finished. There is no grants with bank, so you cannot get bank from there. You have to buy it if you want to decide on how this giant uh, revenue will be used. So that's I think when bank token actually all the governance tokens will be valued real time.
Yeah, and you mentioned a very interesting point, which is revenue generation. And obviously, I'm part of multiple DAOs, and I think that that is a topic that that's often brought up. And honestly, it's something that people are struggling with today in a bear market. Um, so I'm just curious, what is the current sort of revenue source for Bankless DAO today? Is it through tokens or something else?
Uh, there has been token swaps with other DAOs, yes, but that's not the revenue generation. What we are trying to do is we are trying to, let's say, incubate self-sovereign projects, which returns us a small uh, amount of what they get. It's like 10% at the least, but some projects are generous and they get 20, 25%. That's good. Thank you very much, all the projects who are doing that. Uh, and we have the marketing department, which is basically do marketing campaigns. We had really good work there. I really want to thank them, and I think they are becoming and they will be the driving force of Bankless DAO. They were always like marketing department, right? But they are getting really strong and really good at that, and I really appreciate their work. Thank you very much again. Yeah, so the marketing department are making campaigns and they started doing really good revenue on that. And the projects, they are becoming self-sovereign. I think the best first example was Bankless Consulting, and then we had mm, we have IMN like doing great work, which is yeah part of yeah, but like objectively also they are going. Other people are doing great work. Yeah, that's basically it. The uh, projects, like we call it investment income in the accounting uh, talks, and then the uh, marketing department mostly making campaigns. right now this is what we have.
Got it. And yeah, we are at this 38-minute mark. And so I want to basically ask a couple questions before we wrap up, which is about sort of the future of BanklessDAO. What are some of the things that you are most looking forward to at BanklessDAO or Bankless Turkish in the let's say 6 to 12 months?
What I'm looking forward to is uh, 6 to 12 months is probably to be uh, the the main collaboration network with other DAOs, because like I'm feeling that is like coming, and we are being active in this DevCon, and like everyone is looking if there is a Bankless Turkish branch, and it's really like giving me chills, like uh, I feel like we are in the center of something very big, and we have the chance to talk to everyone, regardless of their either their DeFi, refi, people who are, I don't know, doesn't matter. We are Bankless DAO, and we are here to move forward with everyone together, and everyone knows that. And this is amazing. I'm looking forward to work with everyone in the ecosystem.
Absolutely amazing. And then lastly, could you talk a bit about the event that you're doing at DevConnect, or anything else? Any last words that you want to say before we wrap up?
Um, yeah, I'll just go quickly over it. We are helping Green Pill Network to set up their. We helped actually, and they are ready with their event on 15th. I cannot use the chat actually. I wanted to share some links, but
You can expand, yeah. So you can expand the chat. So there's something you can click on the upper right. If you click on that icon, you should be able to expand the chat, and then you will see there's a place for you to send.
okay, great.
Yeah. Now can you see
Okay,
that?
great. Oh yes. Oh, I also see Humpty over here from Crypto Sapiens from Bankless DAO. Hey Humpty, thank you for joining. They are great. You should follow them. Their podcast is amazing.
Yeah.
So, we are doing this event with the NGOs that we with Anka DAO we supported in the earthquake times. We gathered some funds and distributed, and they made great progress in the area. They had their reports ready, and they will present that over there. Kevin Owoki will be giving a speech in the keynote about quadratic funding and public goods. We have Turkish DAOs that coming together and making the Green Pill Network Turkish branch, Turkish chapter. It's a collective of DAOs. So they will speak about their journeys in Turkey and region, how does region ecosystem happening in Turkey, and hopefully we will have. Okay, so uh, we have been asked if Idiris would like to be a speaker, so we are trying to make a little bit of more time, uh, starting a little bit early, so we can include some more people. And please follow us on Warpcast, and we are sharing about information about the events over there. We also will have a Bankless DAO meta pool event on liquid staking and how it will affect uh, inflation-ridden countries like Turkey. Follow us; it will be coming in like 1 or 2 days. The information, and yeah, also like right after this, at 20 minutes later, Bankless DAO is having its community call, weekly community call. So if you are wondering about how the guilds, projects, and everything works, please join there. Everyone will be on stage. and each guild and project, most of them, will be updating you on the stage live, so you'll be able to understand much better how it's going on.
Very cool. And do you want to share the link in the chat?
I
Are you able?
cannot. I couldn't go on with my phone. It's
So
I
if you expand the chat, does it pop up something that
yeah,
allows
it
you to
does, but
put in?
I can find my link. That's my
Oh, okay. No, no, no worries. You can add it afterwards because it's a thread on webcast.
yeah.
So
Sure.
yeah,
Sorry
you
about
can you
that.
can no, no, no worries at all. Yeah, so I really appreciate you coming here today, and I hope that we'll be able to do more of this in the future, because I really admire what BanklessDAO has been doing, and I hope that more people on Forecaster will get an opportunity to get involved. So thank you again for